Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Bert the Stormtrooper and this is the home of That's Just Prime, the comprehensive Optimus Prime review series. I also review other Transformers, lots of G1 stuff, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, GoBots, and pretty much any other toy that may jump out at me. I also do the occasional arcade and pinball machine videos, unboxings, blogs, challenges, and miscellaneous videos where my daughter usually makes fun of me. Those are a lot of fun. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Please be sure to click that subscribe button and don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share if you like what you see.
Autobots, roll out!
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Selects STAR Convoy, and I love this toy. Released in September of 2019, this was an exclusive. This was originally like a Japanese exclusive. Later on, Hasbro Pulse put it on their site, but it sold out very quickly. It retailed for approximately $80, and I'm a little late on this guy because I've been waiting for Hasbro Pulse to restock, which they never did, and I found it on TF Safari for $10 less. I found it on TF Safari for $69, so I just went and got it there. Finally got this figure, and I'm super excited to have it. And even though it's called Star Convoy, which it is, it turns into Star Convoy, it's so much more than that because it actually, I feel like this pays homage to 3 different figures instead, which is very cool the way it just kind of transitions. So the first mode that we've got here is the vehicle mode, which of course is obviously very G1. This is the Power of the Primes mold that's been retooled. The cab has been retooled to make a different robot, and of course the combined mode has been retooled to make a different robot. But when you look at it here in the truck mode, you pretty much got exactly what we got, or at least it looks like we got exactly what we got with the Power of the Primes figure. So here in vehicle mode, the cab is approximately 5 inches long, about 2.5 inches tall. Combined, you've got about 11 inches long, about 3 tall. I'm not counting the rifle. So, you know, you've got the same rifle that came with the previous figure, and you can just kind of peg it in there. I'll pull this off so you can just kind of pull that off to the side. You've got the pegs right there on the arms that can peg into. And of course, now I've mistransformed the whole thing, but there you go. So there's your rifle. It separates so that you can have 2 rifles for the smaller robot mode. Now, he does come with a matrix, and this matrix has been retooled. Let me go ahead and pull that out now because this is the only time I'm really going to use it, because this doesn't really work on mine. So you've got this new matrix that came with it, all chromed out, as you can see. And it's got this little new piece up here at the top. And what this is meant to do is, this is supposed to plug in here and then plug in here to make some kind of a matrix weapon, which I don't really get. I've never heard of that before, but there you go. This is actually holding for once. It's actually holding. Typically, this just falls right. It just falls apart. This usually doesn't hold that well on me, but I figured I'd go ahead and show it now because I don't really like doing it. So we'll go ahead and pop the matrix back in there, and we'll be done with that. We can concentrate on the vehicle mode, which again, absolutely stunning. I really do like this vehicle mode. Very G1 Prime looking, and it does have some improvements over the Power of the Primes version, because now the arms, since this isn't supposed to be Orion Pax, it's actually going to be Prime. You've got more squared edges on the back here, so it actually makes the truck look a little better. There's some minor retools here that do improve on the look of the truck. The wheels come already painted in silver, which is a huge plus. The original POTP figure had all black wheels, which I painted. You'll see those in a moment. Other than that, upon first glance, you know, it doesn't look very different from the Power of the Primes version, other than the chevrons up here at the top. And if you notice the minor retools here on the cab, it looks pretty much the same. Rolls just fine, and there you go. So let's get this guy back here, and we'll do some comparisons. Here he is with the Power of the Primes version. We'll back up and try to get these guys both in shot. There you go. So you can see what they look like together. And like I said, I did paint the wheels on mine. This is the POTP version that we got here in the States that came with the black wheels. I painted those. I actually chromed those. So in case you were wondering. But yeah, like I said, upon first glance, they look nearly identical unless you are paying close attention to these spots up here. So there's the POTP Prime for comparison. We'll do one more since this is the Star Convoy. We'll go ahead and bring in G1 Star Convoy, which is enormous. This guy's absolutely enormous. And of course, they look nothing alike in this mode. Now, this is one that I don't have a problem storing the weapon up here just because Star Convoy did it. So I really don't have a problem doing that with it. Yeah, I'm just being kind of weird about it, but there you go. So there he is with Star Convoy, which is absolutely enormous. This toy still holds up for me. I absolutely love. I know he's a brick, but I absolutely love him. All right, let's get into transformation, which if you remember the POTP figure, it's pretty much the same thing. So we'll just take the trailer off. The trailer is hitched right here to this little hitch part right there. This is actually done better, I think. We'll set the trailer off to the side and the weapon off to the side. We'll concentrate on this guy. Again, pretty much the same thing that we saw with POTP. So we'll go ahead and pop the fists out. Now, it bears saying, it comes packaged with the arms up like this, which may actually look better to some because it really looks a little more square in truck mode. So if you prefer it that way, this is actually the way it came packaged. The instructions show you pegging the fists right back down there. Which is the way I had it just because the instructions show that way, but that actually looks better. So that's something that you can do, and it improves on the look of the truck as well. So there you go. So just unpeg the arms there. We'll take the wheels down here, unpeg them, bring them up to the mirrors, and then take these entire side panels here and just rotate them around to the front like that. Take the arms, bring them around, peg them into place, bring out the fist and straighten it out. Bring out the other arm. You can see the combined mode head right in there. The chest this time around, this is really neat. So it's got these little clips here on the side that are holding the chest down. And then the antenna for the head, there's these two slots down here on the legs. We'll bring this up. That are there to accommodate the antenna for the head. So it kind of makes everything sit down a little more flush. And nicer. It just looks cleaner, I think. So 2 tabs go into these 2 slots here, and then bring the head down. Separate the legs, bring the legs down. This suffers from the same problem that my POTP figure did, which is that these ball joints here on the hips, they just come off very, very easily. Usually I just have to, except that on my POTP is just one leg that does it. On this one, it's both. So I've just become accustomed to just putting my fingers right there when I'm turning the legs. And then bring out the toes, get them all nice and straightened out. And there is our Star Convoy in the small robot mode. And this is absolutely stunning. Absolutely love this. This is about 5.5, 6 inches tall. Okay, so it's a good about Voyager-ish size. Or maybe like a large deluxe. Voyager might be pushing it. But I absolutely love this. So where you can see now, it's a completely different robot. Check this out next to Orion Pax. Yeah, everything is different. This is absolutely stunning. It's amazing that they looked identical in truck mode, and then when you get them in the robot mode, you got 2 completely different things here. Absolutely love that. And the fact that this Prime right here, to me anyway, this looks like the Action Master Prime. So let's bring him in real quick and check this out. Just all the cues are there. Just that almost... I want to say anime-ish style, right? It kind of almost looks anime-ish. And I don't know, there's so many design cues here that make me think of this figure when I look at it. And I'm absolutely loving that. So again, we've gotten from the vehicle mode being a recall to G1. This, to me, feels like it's recalling the Action Master figure, which I absolutely love. That is fantastic. Articulation is all the same that we had before, so the head can rotate. It's on a ball joint, up and down, and you got the neck thing there if you want to make use of that. Ball joints on the shoulders, rotation at the bicep, double hinge at the elbow, nothing at the wrist, nothing at the waist. Hips can go forward and backwards. They can go in and out. That ball joint, there's a ball joint, it's going to pop out. Rotation at the thigh, bend at the knee. And that's about it for articulation. Weapons, you can give them the big rifle, or you can break this up and give them 2 rifles. See what I mean about the legs? those ball joints just pop off. They're weak. I was hoping, I really did hope against hope that that was just a mold issue specific to my copy of POTP Prime. Apparently not the case, because this guy does it worse. This guy, it's both legs that fall off, and I've seen several reviews where they had the same issue with the legs falling off. So that's really just kind of unfortunate. So as a toy, probably not the greatest toy. A kid playing with this, that leg's constantly going to pop off like it did again just now. Yeah, so for a kid playing with this, that's going to suck. That's going to be just a sucky toy with the legs popping off all the time. For us adult collectors, obviously, you know, this is fine because it's a display piece. For us, it's on a shelf. You know, I'll transform it a couple of times for reviews and comparisons and future videos, that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's not like this is being played with. But as a toy, terrible toy. Because the QC is just simply not there. I don't know what happened there, but, you know, they dropped the ball. But anyway, there he is with his two weapons if you want to do that. I personally don't care for this one in the short mode, the back of the weapon. I like that one. I think that looks cool. So, there you go. There's your... I'm going to call this the Action Master Prime, which I absolutely love. I really like this. Very, very cool. So let's set that off to the side. He's doing the smooth criminal. He's doing the smooth criminal. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? No, he's not. Okay. I'm losing it. All right, let's get into combined mode. All right, combined mode. We're going to put his fists away and then just bring them straight up like this. Open up his chest, bring out the super head. I love the design on the super head. I like to turn the head around and then bring it in. That way, when you close this chest up, you don't have Prime looking up his back. So that's just something that I do. You can do it if you wish. And then we'll turn these all the way around. Bring up the hips. And then these tabs are going to tab in right here into the chest piece. And these tab in really nice and secure, actually. This makes a really nice, secure torso for the super robot. Pop that in there. Okay, so this guy is now ready for combination. Let me just make sure everything is straight. So there you go. There's the torso, ready for combination. We'll set that aside. We'll bring in the trailer. Trailer's transformation, pretty much the same as before with some minor differences. There are a couple of added bits here. So we'll take these panels, pop these open, bring that down. Let's work on the arms. So we're going to bring the arms out, and you'll see you've got these gun pieces right here on the shoulders. So bring this out. We'll bring the arm up and rotate it, and then you can close this and bring the gun down and around. And then go ahead and close that up. Same thing on this side. Bring the arm up. Rotate. Close that panel. Bring the gun down and around. Straighten out the arms. Fold the panels. Snap those into place. Grab your little hinge or hitch right there. Fold that forward. Now, this piece here, this is on two hinges. There's a hinge here and there's a hinge there. So you're going to want to work this. There's just barely enough room to do this. And I think I always get the order wrong. Okay, so you're going to work the bottom hinge forward and around. And that's going to leave you just enough room to bring the star out and just kind of leave it out and forward like that. And then the legs are going to transform exactly as you remember from POTP. So just go ahead and separate that. Straighten these out. Fold that. Bring the foot down. Lock it into place. And then wrap the panels around. Tab that into place. Foot down. Lock. Fold the panels. And I've, you know, if you want to see a more detailed transformation on this, you can check out my POTP Prime review on that one where I did go step by step. We've seen this before, so I'm just kind of rushing through the transformation. So, all right, so there we go. There's the body ready for combination. And of course, we're going to bring this guy in, slot him in, and get him locked into place. He does seem to fit a little tighter than the Power of the Primes version did for some reason. It's weird. There you go. You just want to really push it in there, get it secure, make sure that snaps right there. Bring the arms in, And then this piece, there's a little tab here that's supposed to clip into that little hole right there. And it's not the most secure. Most of the time I can get it in there and it's fine. There we go. Most of the time I can get it in there and then it's fine. Sometimes you get it just so it's not there and it will just fling open on you. I'm guessing, since we are on camera, that is going to be the case for us today, and that thing is just going to fling open on me non-stop. All right, let's get him all there. I told you. It's not going to cooperate with us because we're in front of the camera, and my toys tend to be camera shy. Let's get them all straightened up and looking awesome. And there is our Star Convoy in robot mode. And yeah, this just looks absolutely amazing to me. He stands just above 9 inches tall. And this is just absolutely stunning, going all the way around. Very little backpack. The legs are there, but I think that it hides it well. You know, it's not a big obtrusive backpack. Not a whole lot of small robot cable hanging out. Not a lot of, hollow parts showing. A little bit on the legs there, but it's not very obtrusive. I think he looks fantastic. All the same articulation carries over from the Power of the Primes figure. I don't know that I got my legs quite straight there. He doesn't seem to be standing level for some reason, which is weird. But anyway, same level of articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, a little bit of up and down, side to side. Shoulders can go forward and backwards all the way around, in and out. The biceps are going to spin. I'm going to ignore that. The elbow is going to bend at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist. Nothing at the waist. Legs can go forward, backward, in and out. Rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee, forward and backward, and at the ankle, and at ankle tilt. And like I said, yeah, there's a lot of people take this piece out, flip it, and put it back in, and that's supposed to hold it in place better. I typically don't have an issue with this. Usually I transform it, I pop it in, and it stays in there. But I was fully expecting this to happen. If something's gonna decide it's gonna act up on me, it's gonna do it in front of the camera. I want to bring him in close. I want to show you this head sculpt. This is absolutely stunning. I love everything about this. This retool has given me a completely new figure out of a figure that I already had, and it's an homage to one of my absolute favorite G1 toys, which is that Star Convoy. I absolutely adore that head sculpt right there. I love the chest piece with the big gold star right there. I love those cannons on the shoulders. Everything about this just looks so awesome. So let's do a couple of comparisons real quick. Here he is once again with the original Power of the Primes version, so you can see all the differences here. Okay, there's a lot of similarities, but there's also a lot of differences. Like I said, enough to make it feel like a completely new figure. You can see that the shins are completely remolded, and then the torso piece here is completely remolded. We've got the new shoulders with the new guns, the new head, and then all of the color details really make it stand out. The crotch piece here, this is also a new piece. This is also retooled, so it really does make it look like or feel like a completely new figure. And right now, it's you'll see it better with the next comparison. Let's go ahead and do that now. We'll take Power of the Primes over there. Let's give him his weapon. And we're probably going to need to back these guys up. Check this out. This is really, I think, where this figure makes its money. Check this out. All of the cues are there, right? When you first look at this guy, you go, it just kind of looks like a retool Power of the Primes. When you get it next to a G1 Star Convoy, this is where you really see all the attention to detail and all the love that went into this figure. The head sculpt, the details on the head with the silver on silver, and the light blue eyes, the chrome on that crest. You've got those cannons, you've got the Autobot logos with the chevrons, you've got that gold star, which in the case of this figure, the star is designed in such a way that it makes the windows look like they have this angle, just like on the G1 figure. You've got those headlights molded right there with the small grille. This new waist piece is very obviously that waist piece, and they even went as far where we had the yellow hinges. They actually put a little bit of yellow paint right there to simulate those yellow hinges that we got on the G1 toy. You got the silver hands, you've got the yellow kneecaps, and even these pieces right here are molded to look like these pieces here, which is where we're gonna, actually the kneecaps is where we're gonna launch the, if you remember the G1 Star Convoy, there's a little launching gimmick here that we use these buttons to launch with. So all of this is meant to look like this launching gimmick right here. So when you stand these two figures side by side, this is where you really get to see all of the attention to detail that went into this. This looks absolutely stunning. We'll go ahead and get Star Convoy back over there, and we'll bring this guy in front and center. This is an absolute must-have for fans of Optimus Prime like myself. I had to have this figure. I waited for Hasbro Pulse to get this guy back in stock, and they just never did. So I'm glad I found him, and I even found him $10 cheaper than Hasbro Pulse. So I'm really happy about that. I know I'm a little late to the party, but I am super stoked to finally add this guy to my collection. This is a must-have for any Optimus Prime shelves. And I think that about covers the Transformers Generations Selects Star Convoy. What did you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I've got a donate button up there if you want to hit on that. I certainly would appreciate it. Please share with your friends if you like what you see. And I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.